Hi and welcome to another art journaling page video. My name is Wilna Furstenberg and I am just so excited to be sharing with you my process for this page. So first of all, I'm using the Strathmore journals because I love them. You can find a link in the related products on my blog. And then I recently discovered the Liquitex acrylic ink, which is amazing. So I bought a couple of bottles from Michael's, and here you can see I'm just adding one layer. This is going to be the first layer of many to my art journal after I prepped the pages with gesso. So just so you know, I did prep my pages with gesso. And then I took acrylic black paint and a dabber and the stencil, and I just stenciled all these flowers over the paint splatters or the paint that I painted. So my approach to the next 4 journaling pages that I'm going to make, art journaling pages, is not so minimalistic as it was in the past. I discovered a beautiful mixed media artist. Her name is Bun, and I'll have a link to her YouTube channel just in the related products. Well, yeah, in the description part below the video. And she really inspired me to use some black, and I just love the use of her colors. And that's what inspired this art journaling pages that I'm making. You know, I've always loved very clean colors, and maybe that's why I was afraid to use black in the past. But then I realized that you can actually work very clean and fresh and crisp even with black. So I'm using a lot of black even on my scrapbook pages. So I am just adding some paper from my old book with some soft gloss, no, not gloss, soft gel in matte. Matte, it's almost like Mod Podge, but I don't know, I like it a little better than Mod Podge. It's not as sticky, so I'm using a lot of soft gel, which is cool. But while I'm doing it, I just want to tell you something about my approach to today's art journaling page and then for the next month. So what I've done is I made 4 art journal pages, and I worked in 4 different journals. So I love to work in multiple journals because that way I don't have to wait for the art journaling to dry completely. I can just set aside one book and then start on the other one. And then, you know, I just loved how this art journaling turned out so much. I'm using parchment, Liquitex parchment paint there. The color's name is Parchment. Just going to paint into it a little bit. It's just an intuitive process, you know. I didn't really plan any of it. It's very intuitive. But anyway, so I loved how the art journaling pages turned out so much. I couldn't stop looking at them. I was totally smitten. And then I decided to really go on an adventure and make 4 scrapbook layouts. Inspired by the art journaling pages. So the scrapbook layouts that I will share on my blog every Wednesday in March 2016 is directly influenced by these pages that I'm making. And I love how they turned out, and it's really something different, I think. I don't know. I don't know if my style is going to change completely, but I'm so in love with this process right now. I think after I did my 16 Ways to Show Love class, I was just creatively so at the end of my tether. Like, I didn't know what is going to be next for me, because it's hard in this industry to invent yourself all the time and come up with new things. And I just didn't think that, you know, what else can I do? I actually contemplated just quitting everything altogether. To be honest, I'm just being honest. And then I went on this adventure, I guess, with the art journaling and forming it into scrapbook pages. And I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if you like it. You have to tell me. So I'm just drying the paint. You can see there's a little bit of white on that parchment. I don't know if I filmed it, but I just used a tiny bit of white paint on it because it was a little too gray for me. And of course now I'm adding lots of black. So I'm splattering with the Liquitex acrylic ink, some black splatters, and I'm just using a dabber by Tim Holtz to just dab it in. And okay, and then I'm just painting it. I just got lazy there. The reason why I was dabbing is because I wasn't sure if the paint was dry already, So again, very intuitive. I'm not going to overthink it, overdo it. And I absolutely just, I'm excited to see where it's going right now. To be quite honest with you, I had no idea. Like I said, it's just such an intuitive process. And I gave myself permission to just enjoy it and to have fun with it and not to overthink it. And you will also see that my desk doesn't change much between the art journaling pages because, as I said, I work in 4 journals at once. So while I'm working in one, the other 2 or 3 is drying up. And that way, I can actually work continuously for a fair amount of time. So that is what's super fun about it. Okay, so I'm using the red Liquitex ink. You will see the related products on my blog. There's a link to this ink to Amazon, and I just linked the black, but if you click on that link, it will open all the colors, So now I'm writing with red. And you know what? I've always been so weary of using red paint just because it's so, it reminds us of blood, I guess. But I just threw that out of the window as well. And I'm splattering with red throughout all the layouts and art journaling pages. So just writing in Afrikaans there. If you're South African, you will be able to understand there. And so I'm duplicating a little bit of the red in the right hand corner bottom and then left hand top, just adding a tiny bit. And okay, so that pink is from another page, and how I did it was just mixing the dark pink, red, and a little bit of yellow and white, and that's how you get that beautiful apricot colored pink, or it's almost like there's a different name for it, but I love it. I love that pink. So I'm just using a palette knife to put it on. And this is a flourish that I discovered in a stash. You can see that little basket in the top left hand corner. That's my art journaling basket, and I just throw everything in there that I think will work for art journaling. So now I'm painting this die cut or this silhouette cut that I've had for months and months, just with a little bit of soft gel, and I'm just going to adhere it. So the paint is still wet, so I'm a little careful not to get it on the white silhouette cut, even though I didn't succeed totally, but I just wanted it to be white. Okay, and just spreading a little bit more pink there. I all the colors, the Liquitex colors, is actually linked in the related products on my blog as well. So I really try to tell you everything that I use, and if something is not linked, it probably means that it's not made anymore. So that's just a thought there. So I have I created this collection that I'll show you in a second, and actually there you can see that's a double banded sound grouse, a double banded sound grouse dubbelband sandpatrysie in Afrikaans. And I created these products with these beautiful little animals. And I thought to myself, you know what? Oh, that's actually white acrylic paint. I wanted to place that on a white background, and I'm just spreading it out. So I'm just sticking it down in the hope that it will dry with the paint. And this collection with the little African animals was inspired by my trip to South Africa. But I didn't want to make it really African. I just wanted to make it more of an adventure theme so that, everyone can relate to it. And you can buy it on iheartstudio.ca. And just a fun fact about this little collection is that I created it 100% on my iPad Pro. I bought the iPad Pro for Christmas, really just for when I saw the keynote and how they drew on that iPad Pro with a pen in Adobe Sketch, I knew for a fact that this is what I want to do. And mainly because when you sweep 2 fingers back, you can undo everything that you've drawn, which is amazing. So I didn't use one drop of actual watercolors with these little illustrations. They were totally done by iPad Pro. So I'm using the stencil to bring back a little bit of the flowers. And you know what? Even if it's just a little blob, that's so fine with me. I just loved how it turned out. And you can see I just added a tiny bit of water to that pinkish paint, and then I just made it flow, and all of a sudden this page is just coming together in a way that just making my heart sing, with the touch of red, the touch of white. That little illustration, I think, adds so much depth to it. It makes it interesting. And I'm painting white with more solid white around it. And in the end, if you look at the final photograph on my blog, you will see that I did my journaling on the pink, the light pink. It's not an apricot. What is it? The word is on the top of my. Well, let's call it an apricot color. I don't know. Even though I don't like the word apricot, doesn't describe a color for me. But pink orange type, and that's where I did my journaling. I'm using a small flat brush, and I'm just painting, a little bit of detail. So this is almost like when you add more embellishments to a scrapbook page. I call it embroidering, and this is what I'm doing now with this small brush. I'm just embroidering, and you can see how amazing it is when you follow the natural lines of the drips and drabs and just paint into it a little bit more. Okay, so here it's dry, almost done. Now I'm just going to use the white Liquitex acrylic paint, and let me tell you, that is amazing. I've always wanted white paint drops, but I have never found a product that I love so much than I do the. I don't know what I'm mixing up there. I'll probably see in a second. I love the white acrylic paint drops. There's nothing that I like more than that. Oh, you know what? I'm mixing a little bit of pink, and I'm just going to paint it. So just adding in the middle on there, and it's on that pink that I did my journaling. So you can see I'm not overshooting it. I'm just adding it just a tiny bit more solid color to the middle, just here and there. So the white Liquitex paint, what I love about it, you can see how solid opaque is the paint drops that I did with it. And then if you use the number 1 round brush with it, you can add the tiniest detail, and it's a solid white paint. It's not transparent at all, which is rare, I've used the speed pool white paint, but what I don't like about it is how it just settles at the bottom of the bottle all the time, and then you have to almost put a mixer in there to get it working, where this white acrylic paint ink thing is just perfect. You can just shake the bottle a little bit, and then the pigment mixes with the fluid, and you have this beautiful white 100% opaque color, you know. So now I'm just embroidering further with my little brush, and I'm just adding some detail to it. You know what? And it's the detail that you add that really makes it interesting. You can see this art journaling actually more resembles a little painting, you know, and I think that's what made my heart so happy when I was doing the journals. Everyone is different, but the same, you know, and the same with the scrapbook layouts. So Wednesday, March 9th, I will post on my blog the scrapbook page that was inspired by this art journal. And you can go to my blog, wilnafurstenberg.com. There's a link in the description below my YouTube video where you can actually look at the final page where I added my journaling to, and you can see all the related products there. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I would love to hear your comments on it. And thank you so much for watching. I'm just going to finish this journal for you, and then I'll show you the final page. And then right at the end, I'm going to show you that little video of what's to come for the month of March again. If you've seen it, you can just stop the video. But if you haven't, have fun watching it. And I just did it because I just love making videos. And I guess because I am so excited about this whole month of March. Okay, bye for sure. Bye-bye.